Okay. Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, ma'am.
Okay. How are you all?
Fine.
Fine? Healthy? Grishma, how are you?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Have you completed the record work? Yes or no? Because we have to start the next one. Discussion, I have it with me. I'll correct it. And shall I send it through WhatsApp? The pictures. So you can complete that also. Hmm? Okay. And we have to start. Most probably only one more test will be there. It's a simple one again, just a questionnaire form. I'll send that to you. Better take a print of it and do. And in the main record, I'll give you the questionnaire booklet. Okay, to keep it in the main record. So that will be done. Now today in the class we'll discuss about the last chapter, the one which we had for the test. We'll revise that today and I'll give you portions for daily revision and hopefully we'll complete by 2 or 3 weeks. Okay. And revision tests and exams and everything will be going on by then. Okay. Yes, Sana, how are you now? All right. Can't hear you. I hope so. Okay. So please take the chapter 7, social influence and group processes. Page number 129. Social influence and group processes. Do you know the deleted portions from that chapter? Yes, I'll just tell you once more for those who don't know. The first topic it's there. What is a group? Then teams, all that topic is there. Why do people join groups? Group formation. Then next topic is types of groups. That is also there. Then influence of group on individual behavior. Social loafing is there. Till bandwagon effect. Okay. So page number 138. Till bandwagon effect we have for the exam. Till that paragraph, till the next paragraph. Conformity, compliance, and obedience is deleted. From there, it's deleted. Okay, I'll repeat once more. Page 138. Conformity, compliance, and obedience. From that portion, it is deleted. Okay. Got it? Yes. So from page 138, that portion onwards till the last portion, it's deleted. All right. Did you see the sample question paper that I sent in the group? No. Anybody? Do you have it now? Do you have it now? Yes, just look at it. Just have a look at it. Sample question paper. There are 12 questions in the question paper. Total 12 are there. And how many sections? Section A, B, C, and D. 4 sections are there. The first section has 3 questions with 2 marks. Out of that, 1 question is or question, which means you can opt either the first one or the second one to write. So you have to attend 3 questions there, each with 2 marks. Then in section B, you have again 3 questions with 3 marks each. And the third one is given as an or question. Okay. Then section C has 4 questions, each with 4 marks, each carrying 4 marks. And there you have 2 or questions. 2 or questions are there with 4 marks. Then section D is given as a case-based question, I guess. And there you have 2 questions to attend to and each with 2 marks. Okay. I'll just write it on the board if you want. Just write down the pattern and keep. Section A. You have section B. Section C. Section D. And in section A, it's 2 marks question. 3 are there out of that. 2 marks into 3. 3 questions you have to attend. Then section B, again, you have to attend 3 questions, but 3 marks questions are present there. 3 marks into 3. Then section C, 4 marks into 4. And the last section, it's like a case-based question. 2 questions are there based on that. So 2 marks into 2. And if you want, note the number of OR questions also. In section A, you have 1 OR question. Section B, again 1 OR question. Section C, there are 2 OR questions. Section D, you don't have an option. You have to attend both the questions. So here it is 6, 9, 4. Total
35.
35. 35 marks paper. Now, one more thing, please note here. In section A, you have to write the answer in 40 words. 40 words. Section B is 80 words. Section 4 is 120 words. Then section D, 40 words each. Okay, which means 2 marks question you have to attend in 40 words, which means a small paragraph should be there. Okay, and section B, 3 marks means it should be at least 3/4 a page or so, half a page or 3/4 a page. Then section C means 120 words. You can have one side of a page, 1.5 of a page, and all. 1.5 is better. 1.5 or 2, it's up to you, according to your handwriting. So when you write, try to write it in a bigger handwriting. If you write smaller, and even though you write all the points, the answer will look very small. Okay, so try to write a bit bigger. Leave spaces accurately and write. These are the tips to score marks. Obviously, it would be external evaluation, so we don't know. The formal notice hasn't come, so write in a good handwriting as well as with correct spacing and in a bigger legible manner. Okay, don't write it like ants. Where is Meghna? She's absent today. She has a habit of writing in a and like ant size font. Okay, so that's it. Have you opened the question paper? No. No. just open and see how many questions are there from these sections. I mean the last chapter. Shall I stop sharing? Okay. How many chapters do we have for exam? How many? Hmm? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many? Hmm? 4. 4 chapters. Now, which are the chapters? Or what is the theme of each chapter? Tell me something that you remember.
Psychological disorders.
One is disorders. So if you have disorders, automatically you'll have the treatment also. So the next one is therapy. Okay, so disorders, therapy. Then one chapter we have already revised. The last one. What is the name of the chapter? Hmm? Please look into the textbook and say. This is the last chapter. Social. Yes, Amal. Huh? Social.
Amal will say.
What is the last chapter's name?
14 group.
I can't hear you. I think you said social influence and group processes. Yes. Then, which is a chapter before that?
Attitude and
Search.
social cognition.
Hmm?
Attitude and social cognition.
Attitude and social cognition. Remember learning about the cognitive dissonance and all? Okay, so that is from that chapter. Anyways, we'll see the question paper. Just go through it quickly and just find out the questions that are present. I mean, that are from the last chapter, 7th chapter group. You have already studied for the test, no? So obviously you can easily find out. One question I'll say. We are members of a number of groups at any given time. Explain the reasons that make people join groups. What would be the answer? Or what is the section that we have studied from the section? We are members of a number of groups at any given time. Explain the reasons that make people join groups. What is the topic?
Why do people join groups?
Why do people join groups? They have asked in a twisted way, that's all. It's the same thing, the exact same thing that we have learned. Why do people join groups? Which are the points? The most security.
Provide information and knowledge.
Provide information and knowledge.
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
Satisfaction of psychological and social needs.
Satisfaction of needs, both psychological and social. Then
Common motives and goals. Common motives and goals.
Common motives and goals. Any other point that we missed?
Provide knowledge and information.
Status, knowledge and information. Yeah. So basically, if you know those terms, you can easily write. You can easily score marks. And again, please write according to the marks. Don't write bullet points and keep. Even though you know only 2 bullet points, you have to elaborate and write stories on that. Okay. Like I think I've told you this. I knew only 2 points, and then I have to write. I had to write an essay with that, which I wrote also. So exactly, I mean, not exactly like that, but still, if even if you know just 1 or 2 points, you have to elaborate on that. Write as many examples and things related to it and keep. If by luck the teacher doesn't reads, I mean, the examiner doesn't read full answer and still look at the size and then give marks, obviously you'll get marks for that. Okay, so don't just write 1 or 2 points and then leave it. Okay. All right. Then next question, and our question for that was question number 6 from the question paper. The next one is groups differ in many respects. Identify the characteristics that distinguish primary groups from secondary groups, which means differentiate primary and secondary groups. I think some of you have written in the form of a table, which is very good. If you can find as many points to differentiate between the two, it's really good. Or you can write as paragraphs also. You can write as 2 paragraphs. Instead of 2 columns, you can write as 2 paragraphs. What do you mean by primary groups? What do you mean by secondary groups? How are they different? You can give examples. Giving an example itself is a point to differentiate between the two. Give an example for a primary group.
Family. Family.
Family, yes. And secondary?
Friends.
Friends group, any clubs that we join, all those are coming under secondary groups, which means we can, what do we have in there in secondary groups?
We join by our choices.
We have a choice to join or to leave. But the other one, we have automatically born into certain groups. Okay, the caste, religion, the family, everything is coming under the primary group. Okay. Yes. So that is also coming under the second section. Section B, and carries 3 marks. Then yeah, I guess only these many are there. The case related I haven't read. Okay. So take the textbook. We'll do a quick revision of the whole portion and then we'll finish it off. So social influence and group processes. What did we learn in that chapter? What was the basic theme? Just tell me the main points that you remember from that. Suppose if you're telling your friend, what all should you study from this chapter? What would you say? Hmm. Come on, speak. Speak.
What is group and characteristics of group?
Group characteristics of a group. Okay. Amal. Amal Raj, next. Any other topic that you remember? No? Dishma? I can't hear you, Amal. If you have a problem with the speaker, please put it in the chat box. Dishma.
Between teams and groups.
Hmm?
Difference between teams and groups.
Difference between teams and group. Okay. Elvina.
Why do people join groups?
Why do people join groups? Amal Kesaji. Three Amals are there in the class now. Ashish.
Difference between
Louder,
primary
louder, louder. Louder, please.
difference between primary group and secondary group.
Difference between that group and this group. Reina.
Stages of group formation.
Stages of group formation, which is very important. Then Aishwarya.
Group formation.
Group formation. The main points are there. That was not there for the test, but study that. Don't think it's from the deleted portion. Okay. Anybody else, Sana? No, I can't hear. Okay. Then what else was there? Social loafing was there. I just asked you to learn the definition, but for the exam, you have to learn the complete portion. Bandwagon effect, social loafing, social facilitation. I think just a line or so is there. Anything else that we missed? I guess that's it. Yeah. Social loafing. What was social loafing? Social loafing. When does that happen? Social loafing. Oh, give me an example for that. Social loafing.
Choir group.
Hmm?
Choir group.
Choir group. Yes. What happens in a choir group? Don't just write choir group and keep. You have to write the phenomenon, what happens. Like, what is the situation? What is the happening? The thing happening there. What happens in a choir group in order to say that it's social loafing? Or if anybody else has another example, you can say that. Yes, Elvina. When does social loafing occur? Read the definition. Just try and read the definition. What is social loafing? It's there in page number 137. Reduction in. Sneha, read the definition. Read it aloud.
Social loafing is a reduction in individuals' effort when working on a collective task. Example, one in which output are pooled with those of other group members.
Yes. So when you're doing a group task, usually this occurs in a group. As Reina said, in a choir group. If you take that example, what happens is some of the individuals will think that the other person would sing. Their voice would be heard. So why should we put in effort? We can just mumble, or we can just do the lip sync. Okay. Which means they'll put in less effort. But imagine if it is a situation where it's a duet or it's a solo song. Obviously, that person has to sing, isn't it? That person will put in maximum effort for that song. But if it is in a choir group, obviously they'll think, most of the lazy people and the cunning people, they'll think their voice or their part of the work doesn't matter. Yeah, these many members are there to put in the effort, so only the outcome matters. Okay, another example is the project works, group projects. The same example I've told, I think, when I taught you this topic for the first time. Again, some people don't do much work. They don't do much. They don't put in much effort to complete the project. There will be a few who would be running after each and everybody in the group, especially the team leader would be taking care of the rest of the things. And at the end of the day, the project would be ready, but these people might not have put in much effort, much work. They wouldn't have done much work in the group. Okay. So that's again because of social loafing, or we call that phenomenon as social loafing. Reduction in each person's effort when they are working as a team for a common purpose or a common goal. Understood? Social loafing. Okay. And that's coming under the topic influence of group on individual behavior. As I told you in the example also, that person is a part of that group. That's why this person is behaving so. Again, if the person is just standing as an individual, obviously they'll put in more effort. So it's again the effect of the group on the individual, on the individual's behavior. Okay, that's why we have discussed social loafing here. Then related topic, the group polarization, it is also there, and enough examples are given there. Please read it thoroughly. The group polarization. Sometimes an example can be given, and they might ask, what is the phenomenon happening here? And in social loafing also, you have examples here. I think, yeah, just after that, an example of such a task is the game of tug of war. The case of tug of war might be given, and they might ask what phenomenon is it, define it, or maybe explain about it, give another example about example of it. You have to write it. For that, you have to understand the concept. Okay. All right. So we'll start from the beginning again. Definition of group. I hope you all have studied for the test already. Yes, the big definition. Then the characteristics of group. It is a social unit, then collection of individuals who have common motives and goals. And so many portions are repeated in this chapter. Most of them are interrelated and connected. So you can write it in a general fashion also if you don't know, if you don't remember it for the exam. And please, as I tell you always, please don't leave a question. Even if you don't know anything about it, please write in general. This chapter and the previous one, it's also relatively general chapter. From the names, you can understand at least something and then write on it. Okay, so don't leave a question. Since it's not MCQ, you have to describe something and keep. Okay. Then, yeah, the characteristics are there. Then crowd. What is a crowd? What are teams? Then how are teams different from groups? The 2 points that you have to study. Then audience. Don't miss that point. Audience. If you have not underlined, underline and keep. Page number 132. An audience is also a collection of people who have assembled for a special purpose, maybe to watch a cricket match or a movie. Audiences are generally passive, but sometimes they go into a frenzy and become mobs. And audience and mobs, there is a difference. Mobs have a definite what?
Purpose.
Purpose. They have a definite purpose. Remember flash mobs? Told you about flash mobs, yeah. It's for a social cause or a particular reason that they do. No. So study like that. Mobs have a definite purpose. Okay, why do people join groups that we have already discussed? Security, status, self-esteem, satisfaction of one's needs, goal achievement, provide knowledge and information. Then group formation, that was not for the test. That was not there for the test. Proximity, similarity, common motives and goals. 3 points are there. Proximity means, what do you mean by proximity? Proximity. Proximity means the degree of closeness. Okay. So if you say that you are very close to a person, then that means the proximity is very high between you and that person. Okay. As distance, what do you call, increases, proximity decreases. You get the point? That is physical proximity. But this proximity is related to both. Just read that portion, proximity. Just think about your group of friends. Would you have been friends if you were not living in the same colony or going to the same school or maybe playing in the same playground? Probably your answer would be no. Repeated interactions with the same set of individuals give us a chance to know them and their interests and attitudes. Common interests, attitudes, and background are important determinants of your liking for your group members. Okay, so when somebody is present in your close vicinity, and that means you'll get to know that person more. You get to know about their interests, their attitudes, their behaviors, and everything, especially your classmates. That's how you form friends. Okay, we're not talking about the friends in social media. We're talking about the friends present in physical proximity. Okay, so that is also a reason why people, not a reason exactly, but that is a factor that influences group formation. Okay. Then similarities. The similarities between you and the other members that might influence in forming groups. Then the last point was common motives and goals. Again, this is a repeated point. This point is present in the previous portion also. Why do people join groups? Okay, stages of group formation. Who was the person who proposed it? Stages of group formation? Tuckman. Yes. That is Ashish. Usually shouts out Tuckman.
Yes, ma'am.
No. Okay. So how many stages are there for group formation as proposed by Tuckman? How many? Social loafing. How many?
5.
5. Which are they?
Forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning.
Adjourning. Don't forget the last stage. Adjourning. Forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. Adjourning is the what phase? Dispersing phase of the group formation. Okay, then group structure. 4 important elements of group structure. Which are the 4 elements? Roles. After roles, norms. Roles, norms, status, and cohesiveness. These are the points. Then types of groups that also we have discussed many times. Primary, secondary, then formal, informal, in-group and out-group. In-group and out-group, if you have a confusion, just consider yourself as a part of a group. Whichever group you are a part of, that is your in group. Okay. And whichever group you're not a part of, that is your out group. Sometimes you can be a part of your in group and out group depending on your choice. You have seen political people in political parties, no? Sometimes they will be present in this group and finally they'll fight with the other members and then join the other group. So they become a part of their out group. But then when they join that group, then that is their in group. The second group is their in group and then first one becomes their out group. Understood? Okay. Then the last portion, social loafing and group polarization. That's it. So tomorrow, I mean, the next class we'll study about the next chapter. Please go through this portion. If you have any doubt, please contact me. And the discussion, I'll send it through WhatsApp. Okay. So thank you.